Yeah, I'm kind of offended that they made me a sheep.
Hello everyone, and welcome to week 2 of the QUK version of Taskmaster, what I believe is fundamentally supposed to be a comedy show. We're joined by our guest judge this week, Lucy Nicholls. Hello Lucy, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to see what people have submitted.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So the task this week is 3 lines on the shirt. Design your own version of a QUK national team's Quidditch kit in Microsoft Paint, or the online equivalent, JS Paint, whatever that is. So Lucy, you've got quite a lot of experience as a kit designer. What are you looking for in kits when you see these submissions?
So I'm really looking for something that's different to what's out there already. I don't want someone who's just gone, oh, this is a really nice national team kit, I'm going to copy it and do exactly the same thing. So designs that are unique are what we're looking for here.
Well, I've already seen the submissions that are coming up, and I can tell you some of them are very unique. So,
okay,
don't worry on that front. The first thing I will say to our viewers at home who may recognize Lucy from the Vipers winning entry last week, Lucy has left the Vipers Taskmaster chat before this task was even released. Has no idea what the Vipers have submitted. Completely impartial, we hope. I know Vipers may play to you as they know you better, but we trust you to be a good impartial judge. So we will also quickly review the scoreboard from last week. So as I said, Vipers won last week, first team, first win, straight up at 10 points at the top of the leaderboard there. We have Bristol sitting in second place on 8 points with their Cider Tower Cup. And Olympians taking third place on 6 points there, and the rest of the team sitting on 3 points for participating. So the first team we're going to look at this week is Bristol. So first up, Bristol have submitted a video showing the creation of their kit, and it's got a lovely little backing track to it, so we'll take a look at that now. Nice. So we can see the final design there. What are your first impressions of that kit, Lucy?
I have to say, I am very impressed. I like the comedic approach of having the duck saying Quack or QUK, however you want to say it, especially given the recent debate in the Facebook group regarding how it is pronounced.
Yeah, I think they've taken a good bit of inspiration there.
I also am quite impressed by the sort of 3D feel that they've given to the jersey. I was kind of expecting the drawings to all be flat on, but I'm quite impressed that this has some sort of presence to it.
Nice. So yeah, they have also given us an annotated version, a very artistic duck saying Quack, even though it's written QUK. QUK logo on the sleeve there, very sporty hexagons along the hips, a totally neutral test name on the kit naturally, and number 1 because they want to come first.
I have to say though, there's never been a jersey with my name on the back that's got number 1. I'm number 4.
Yeah, they failed to do their research there a bit. So So in a bit of a change, some people may remember that Bristol submitted their entry late last week. They were actually the first team to submit their entry this week. Definitely not ducking their responsibilities as a member of the Taskmaster group. Very good. So next up, we move on to East Midlands Vipers. So East Midlands Vipers sent in a lot of runner-up entries, so we're going to fly through them. First set is a nice triptych here, one for each of the home nations. A lion on the England kit, dragon on the Wales kit, unicorn on the Scottish kit. Good representation of national animals. The next one is this is where the uniqueness starts coming in. Certainly, we've got a lion that uses emo speak. I can only guess that in Wales they don't have the phrase when pigs fly. They only have the phrase when sheep fly. Hence the sheep with dragon wings kit. It's something I've seen before. Another sheep kit with the graffiti writing there, and two dragon themed kits. I can only hope that the coaching these teams is a film buff, because they need to know how to train the dragon. Anyway, we'll move on to Viper's actual entry. There was just a bit of a flavour of what was going through their mind. So their actual entry this week is this number. Once again, a bit of pandering to the judge. How does that feel for you?
Wow. I mean, definitely not something I was expecting.
Yeah, I think the kit number 0 there indicates how many words you had to describe this kit, certainly.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe how many points they're getting as well. But, I mean, it's a funny attempt, I'll give them that. And I'm quite impressed with the photoshopping of my face on the sheet. They appear to have redesigned the logo as well to tailor it to the kit, because obviously with the actual Welsh kit, the dragon in the logo is the dragon on the kit. So, yeah. They seem to have tailored the logo nicely for that one.
Yeah, good sheep-themed Wales logo. Nice. Okay, so we will go on to our next entry. Next up is Olympians Quidditch Club. Now, Olympians did submit a video to support their entry. Unfortunately, the video was over the 2.5-minute limit that we've imposed, so I'm not going to play it. Simple as that. However, I will show you the kit and then go through some of the things that we talked about in the video to give an idea of the kit. So here is the kit. You can see it in the MS Paint window there. So there's a lot going on with this kit. The green section of the shirt is actually a leek, a little image of a leek repeated over and over. The white section is a little hand-drawn picture of Tom Jones's face. They were trying to think of what... Obviously, sheep is the natural white thing to go to in Wales, but Tom Jones's hair was what they decided to go for instead. On the left-hand side of the shorts, you have Mary Lwyd, which is a traditional Welsh piece of mythology. As far as I can tell, it's a hobby horse, but made with a real horse's skull instead of a carved skull. A bit macabre. And then they've got Gelert the dog on the right-hand side of the shorts, famously the dog of Prince Llewellyn, who he desperately tried to get back when he ran off. They finished it off with a daffodil slapped on the arse. Their words, not mine. I think they also noticed that a few of the kits you've designed have ass hoops, as they call them. So they put a set of ass hoops on this shirt. What are your opinions on this kit?
I absolutely love the attention to detail. I mean, the focusing on so many different aspects of traditions in Wales, and also like focusing on my personal preferences as a designer with the, as they said, ass hoops. The daffodil, I thought it was going to be something a lot ruder than that when I first saw it, but I like the comedic placement of it. I am slightly concerned about the lack of bodies on the dragons that are draped over the shoulder, but it's a solid entry.
They do appear to go straight from neck to tail, which, if I remember my dragon mythology right, makes them a worm rather than a dragon. But we'll go with it. So yeah, good solid entry there. Now, next up is Southsea, and they've kind of gone on the other end of the scale when it comes to attention to detail. You'll see what I mean there. So the first thing that jumps out to me is they've obviously nabbed a big sponsorship deal with Greg's there. Must be very lucrative. I can only think that they're trying to hark back to Greg Davis of Taskmaster fame. Good link into the format there. I like it. And a lion. I would have normally thought lions would play chaser, given how they hunt their prey, but clearly this one's holding a dodgeball there, so it must be a beater. And all I can say about the back of the shirt is that beauty truly is in the pie of the beholder. What are your thoughts, Lucy?
I mean, I'm slightly disappointed that there's not a sausage roll on there. I feel like if you've got Greg's on the front, nothing says Greg's more than a good old sausage roll. But I do like the inclusion of the traditional Yorkshire puddings and pork pie. I'm quite impressed by that lion drawing, actually. I would have thought it would be very difficult to draw a lion wearing a top hat holding a bludger on a broom, but somehow they've made it look quite good.
They've put a lot of attention to the mane and maybe not so much to the rest of the lion. Mane is the main feature of a lion, so we can go with that.
I think it says England, like it's very in your face. This is England. You've got two flags on there. You've got the lion. You've got Greg's. I mean, what more could you ask for on a kit?
Exactly. Okay, so we'll move on to Velociraptors, who are our next entrants. So Velociraptors submitted 2 different entries, but didn't give an indication of which entry they wanted to actually be put forward for consideration. Sent them a quick message, try to find out what they were on, and they said I could pick. So I picked.
Okay.
The runner-up kit we'll see first is this number.
It looks very Team GB Olympics.
A lot of inspiration
that's something that they were going for. Also slightly concerning that it still says Team UK, considering that we're now the 3 separate national teams. But, I mean, very good detail on the lion head. I'll give them that.
Yeah, my main thought is I wouldn't want to have to defend those hoops. Seems like a bit...
Like the gamekeeper would.
Yeah. But enough of the runner-up. Let's have a look at their actual entry. Going quite strong on the Scottish theme here. So the important, what it says in the middle there, if you can't quite read it, is kilt skort.
Yeah.
So it's a bold move. I quite like it because it gets around the issue of the underwear rule and the sort of traditional style of wearing kilts. It's a good compromise there. But what do you think?
I mean, it's nice to see a Team Scotland one. This is the first Scotland entry that we've had. I quite like the idea of the crosses on the side rather than just being in your face. And I have to say the kilt skort is a very, very original idea. Maybe actual Team Scotland should resort to that. But yeah, very Scottish. Very, very good entry.
Good sticking to the theme. Deer antlers on a thistle. Again, something I've not particularly seen before. Okay, and our final entrant tonight is Werewolves Quidditch Club. Wasn't quite sure how to introduce this one, so I'm just going to show it to you. Again, more of a lo-fi interpretation of the kit. My first thought was it looks like maybe like a blue and white football kit that someone attacked with a lipstick. That's all I've got really there. What do you think?
I mean, it's got the red, white, and blue on it. The socks kind of look a little bit like someone's been bleeding down the back of their leg and hasn't realised, but I think that might just be the paintbrush that was used.
Yeah, I think those socks might be too tight if they're giving you sores like that.
I do quite like the little attempt at drawing the QuidditchUK logo, though. I have to say that's a nice little detail on there.
Yeah. So they did include a little note on their submission form when they submit this. They said that the name for this kit was Sleepy because other teams will sleep on them, and then when they turn up, they'll get murked. Their words, not mine. I have to.
Okay.
Not my words at all. Does that change your opinion on it at all?
I don't think so.
Wonderful. So you've seen all our kits, and so now is time for the judging. You've seen them all there. So we got them in the order that we showed them: Bristol Vipers, Olympians, South Sea, Velociraptors, and Werewolves. where are your eyes drawn immediately here?
I mean, it's difficult because they're all so different. I mean, once again, I'm being drawn back to that quite remarkable duck jersey. I do quite like that one. And
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the Wales one in the top right with the Leaks and Tom Jones.
Okay, so every team will get 3 points just for participating.
Yeah.
And then the team that you pick in third place will get an additional 3 points, giving them 6 points in total. So who are you picking in third place?
I think I'm going to have to go for the Velociraptors Team Scotland kit. I just think the idea of the kilt scorch is absolutely brilliant.
It's ingenious, I must say.
It says Scottish.
Yeah. Okay, so Velociraptors picking up 6 points there. And then moving on to second place to get 5 points in addition to their 3 participation points. Who's catching your eye?
This is difficult. I think I'm going to have to give my 5 points to Bristol for their duck. Even though it's a very odd kit, it's just very funny, and I really like the comedic side of it. And there's definitely nothing else like it out there. So
exactly, yeah, they marketed it as a Team England kit. Nothing particularly about it says England to me, but yeah, the design is great. Hexagons are the bestagons, as I've been informed, and yeah, it's very unique. So an extra 5 points going to Bristol, bringing their total for this week up to 8 points. And now on to the big one. First place picking up an additional 7 points. Who's it going to be?
As much as they're going to hate me for not giving them first place, sorry, Vipers, it's got to go to the Tom Jones leak kit. It's absolutely fantastic. A solid entry. Yeah,
lots of attention to detail, pulling on lots of different themes. Very, very good submission by Olympians there. So Olympians pick up 10 extra points this week. So let's have a look at what that does to our leaderboard. So this leaves us with a tie at the top of the table. Bristol and Olympians both sitting on 16 points. Very close race there. Behind them we have Vipers on 13 points. And after that we have Raptors on 9 points. Everyone else sitting pretty on 6 points for their participation. So thank you for joining us, Lucy. I hope you enjoyed having a look at these kits with us.
I definitely did. I'm very pleased to see how creative the community is. I mean, they're interesting designs, but they've made me laugh. So
good, because after all, we are fundamentally a comedy show. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week with task number 3 of QUK Taskmaster. Finn.